So I'm gonna try and make a granny square crochet something. I'm not actually sure what yet. A sweater perhaps, or cardigan. I'll show you a couple of handmade things that I made recently over the past 3 weeks of being obsessed with making clothes. A couple of scarves, a knitted jumper. It's very, very warm. And a patchwork top. So I just learned how to crochet for the first time 2 days ago, and I've made a few granny squares. I have a bit of a mood board with just ideas, the kind of colour palette, the style, but I'm not really sure exactly if I want to make a cardigan or a sweater / top, long sleeve top. So we'll see. I guess probably depends on how many of these squares I actually want to make. So I've got a few granny squares made now, but I'm reconsidering the colour palette. I'm not really liking the yellow and pink as much now that I see just these blues together as well, the blue and black. I much prefer that, and I'm thinking maybe I could add like a deep red to it and orange. I think I'd prefer that as a colour palette rather than the yellow and pink. So over the past couple of days I've made some more granny squares using the red, and I'm pretty happy with the colour combination. But I've also learned how to make these kinds, sunburst or starburst, and I quite like these, so I'm going to potentially use both kinds on my most likely sweater. Maybe these for the arms and this kind for the body. Now the next colour, I've decided to try out this orange. So I learned how to make these granny squares by watching some YouTube videos, which I have linked in the description. Here I'm just joining the granny squares into rows, and I used a stitching method. Around now I realized that I could do double crochet, triple crochet, a whole bunch of other things for the granny squares, but I didn't actually know how to do just a basic single crochet. And then I finally learned how to do that so that I could join everything together. So after this I got a bit carried away and excited about finishing it, so I haven't filmed much. I joined the parts together, I added to the arms, did the neck, and we're pretty close. It's actually done! Wow. So I started making it about 10 days ago, and that was also the first time that I crocheted. I just went straight for the granny squares, and I'm really happy with it. It turned out pretty much like my design idea, and it's pretty warm and comfy, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me for this process and making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I've actually already started making my next piece because I just love making clothes all of a sudden now and I can't stop. So you can find me on Instagram at Amaya's Realm or Amaya's Muse, and I'll be sharing more knitting, crocheting, other things that I'm making on there, as well as maybe YouTube, we'll see. Alright, have a great rest of the day and I'll see you later.